dear doctors and my colleagues. Here I am, Dr. Sonia S. Kanitkar, just a doctor like you, and I have learned a lot about medical legal things in my life and in my experience as a doctor. But I feel that our community of doctors are very confused right now, and we need small tips which we really don't consider that we should read somewhere. So these tips are going to be given by me in small talks and small tips in this video I will be releasing every week. So this is my first video, and I am just same knowledge as you, and I'm just giving you medical legal tips in English so that you can understand. So now medical legal tip number one, it is about consent. So, when a patient enters into our clinic or into our consultation chamber or in a hospital or anywhere, in a medical institution or anywhere, that is just a blanket consent after he pays the fee, that he is giving consent for giving his history, for giving his confidential information and examination. But if you do any procedures or any other smallest of the procedures, you need to take a separate consent for that. I think this needs to be clear to all our colleagues. When the patient enters our chamber, we start trying to help him in the best way, and we forget the legal points of view. Especially in females, I would say, oral consent is required when you examine the private parts. Also, remember, my friends, always have a chaperone, a female nurse, with if you are examining a female patient, or a male nurse if you are examining a male patient. So it is very important, even in case of a child. Please remember, a female child has to be examined in whenever there is a nurse or a trusted person or mother there. This is very important if you want to avoid any further problems to yourself. Then medical legal tip number two is about confidentiality. Now that is very important. That this is under the Indian Medical Council Professional Conduct Etiquettes and Ethics Regulation 2002. Now, when a patient is revealing all his confidential information, all his deep, the secrets, then we have to give them the confidence of confidentiality, which means under the Professional Conduct Regulation 2.2, a doctor is liable to punishment if he divulges any information which has been shared by the patient during any consultation or counseling. It may be regarding any aspect of the patient, whether character, domestic life, business, or any other secret that he has shared with you as a patient. Only if the state or court needs such information as per law, then through legal documents only a doctor can be made to give this relevant information. So only when a warrant comes to you or a notice from the court comes to you that they need such and such information, please give it in writing as a document signed by you and given to whom. Everything needs to be signed. Don't give any oral information. This is very important for us to learn, because we trust people very fast. So, or if there is any harm or danger to the life of the respective patient, then the information can be given to the concerned family or the concerned authority. So if a patient has come to me and I feel that this patient is going to harm himself, or he may go for suicide attempt or something, then definitely I have to share this information with the trustworthy family or some guardian, whoever is there with the patient, and take it in writing that I have given such and such information to this relative, because this was life and death situation. Now, in this is what I said. Then, in a situation like this, we have to be sensitive. So, there are only two situations. One is by law, and second is if there is a life and death situation. So, remember, my dear friends, please do not reveal unnecessarily about your patients to another patient that this patient was saying something like this and all as a loose comment. Please don't do that. So confidentiality of information given by patient must be maintained at all costs, except if patient has given consent to share it. For example, sometimes in our academic groups, we share some pictures after consent of the patient, or we hide their eyes or face. Or second, if the court's order, a criminal investigation is going on, or if there is a other healthcare professionals who is taking care of the same patient, then in that case, as a professional, you can share information with each other. If it is a notifiable disease, gunshot wound, or child sexual abuse, then in that case, the information has to be shared to the law, to the authorities, that only to authorities, not to anybody else. If used for the purpose of research, then or statistical evaluation, again consent is required by of the patient. Only then it can be used as a data. And then for education, now for education we sometimes use the cases, that this case is like this, and we let our students examine. So in that case also consent will be required without disclosing the names of the patient. Photography of the patient, again if we display photographs and all, consent is required. Or if insurance claim is to be made, then also we are liable to give information, but not the confidential talks or secrets what the patient has given us, but only the documents which are required by the insurance companies. So my dear friends, these are the main two medical legal tips which I wanted to give you. I hope it helps. These are very small points which we don't even think about in our practice, and even if we don't mean bad to our patient, we don't really want to make them suffer, but uh, we have to be careful everywhere today, because any sensitive information, if it goes out, then we are liable to be punished. So remember these two tips. Thank you so much, and please like my video and subscribe to it, so that I will keep giving two tips every week, and you will be able to learn better. Thank you so much. Thank you.